Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Learn Tarot with me. Today we are going to do the Hierophant number 5 in the Major Arcana. So let's jump right into it. So I just want to go over just the astrology behind it. So it's going to be, this card represents Taurus, the element is Earth, and the planet can be either Venus or Jupiter. And when he's in the upright, he is a yes. So the main thing that I learned about him is he is the teacher. He is tradition combined into one. So whether that tradition is like marriage or religion or ceremony, okay, formal education, something that is more structured, I think, but a lot of wisdom carried down from elders, okay? So this card represents tradition, knowledge, belief systems, education, mentorship, commitment or marriage, community wisdom, and the sacred being able to coincide with the everyday. So it's kind of like, honestly, he's like the reader of the tarot deck, right? So like if the high priestess were the tarot deck, right? Because the high priestess is like our intuition, okay? And like showing what's behind the veil. The Hierophant is the one who is able to read the tarot deck. He's the one who can interpret it, who can translate it, okay? He's like our wise elder. So one of the quotes that I saw, let's see, her quote, or her name is Maddie Elruna. I may have pronounced that wrong. So she said, whenever I was researching this, the high priestess is our experience of divine. The Hierophant is our understanding of it. So it's when we finally, it all finally clicks and we're like, oh, that's what that meant. So, in love, it can mean marriage, engagement, a secure relationship, or maybe even a traditional one. I've always found that the Hierophant, every time I've seen it, it always confused me. And I don't know if it's because of like how it's spelled and like it's not a word I've ever heard before tarot. So maybe that's a little bit why. But ironically or unironically, the more I'm learning about him, the more I'm starting to understand, right? So it's like understanding, the teacher, okay. So whenever this card comes out, what it means is that we're about to learn some knowledge, okay? That there is something here that we have wisdom and we need to take it from our elders. That's kind of my takeaway from it, is like we have ancient wisdom either inside of us or around us. Our ancestors, our current family, our mentors, the people we look up to, like they have a lot of wisdom, and maybe it's inside of us as well, and we need to slow down and trust the process and listen internally, or maybe we need to take advice from those around us, right? I thought this one was interesting too, like this version of the card for the Hierophant and the stairs. Whenever I was reading, it looked like it was connecting the divine into our everyday life, right? Like the sacred with the everyday life. And so maybe that's what the stairs is like he is the path between the two, so that what's above can now connect to below and truly like embed ourselves into it. Like that knowing will actually become our own wisdom, potentially. This one was really interesting too for the picture, where he's opening a box and the light comes out. Right? Like there's something beautiful in there, and he's able to take the top off and say, hey, let me just show you. So maybe there's even a little bit of clarity in there that comes with this card as well. And then in my cute ghost tarot, I had to pick which one I thought he was. I think he is a teacher. I'm pretty sure about that one. But I thought it was interesting too that like a lot of different religious symbols are also in here. So I think that kind of goes along with the tradition, the traditional ways of life and religion and whatever, right? So kind of fascinating. Now, in reverse, let's talk about him in reverse. Also, this card's just pretty. Look how pretty that is. And he has a staff, which I think staff pretty much means like groundedness, like stability in an unstable environment, right? Like that's what we use a staff for. A lot of flowers, which is interesting. That kind of makes me think of like new life or spring. And the world. Oh, I wonder if the world means, because he's not in the world in this photo. He's looking at the world, right? Like he can see, he's not stuck in it, right? Like when you're in the moment, you're only in this moment. But when you zoom out, when we have expansion, that's where wisdom really comes from. And he's the expansion, I think, but in a more structured way. Because as we're going to see with different cards, there's going to be different types of knowledge. So in reverse, this is dogma. And dogma basically means, like, my definition of it is like being too rigid in your thinking, like believing that you are the most right and that it can never change, and like not questioning authority, not questioning what you've been taught. Outdated, abuse of power, freedom, questioning status quo, trusting yourself and making your own way, challenging the truth, and asking the question, does it align with my values or is it just a rule? No longer going with the crowd. And the reversed in love is non-traditional, right? So non-traditional relationships. It could mean misalignment between partners as well. So just another reminder about the tarot that I learned, I always have felt like the tarot in reverse was a bad thing. I don't know why. I guess I was just like, it's always going to be the worst, but like, this isn't bad. So sometimes we do need to question authority, right? Like if you look in the past, my gosh, how many things did we just believe because we were told it? And real evolution, real growth and scientific knowledge or whatever, real wisdom comes from also questioning things. So if you see him in reverse, you're going against the grain. You're questioning, hey, why are things the way that they are? But when he's upright, you're going with the flow. You are like, yes, I like this. I like where things are going. So that could be good or bad depending on the other cards that are around this and your situation. In my Lord of the Rings metaphor that I like to do, the Hierophant, he's kind of like Rivendell or like the Fellowship, right? Like this structured group where a lot of wisdom lives. It's Frodo looking to his elders for guidance. Like I've been rewatching The Lord of the Rings with my fiance, and there's a part like right after they've been meeting and Frodo's like, okay, fine, I'll continue taking the ring, right? And they're all like, oh no, not Frodo, because he's so innocent and sweet. But as he's walking off, he like silently says to Gandalf behind him, he was like, which way do I go? And he tells him, right? And so like, to me, it's looking to our elders in that space. Okay, so now, as you guys know, I like to read from the Mythos Tarot because, I don't know, Greek gods are really cool to me. So let's talk about this dude, Dionysus, I think is his name. Okay, so Dionysus is one of the 12 Olympians, a later addition brought in by his father Zeus. He had the power to inspire and create ecstasy, and as a god of theater, was an important figure in art and literature. So if it's upright, in the chaotic way of Dionysus, He has flipped the card of the Hierophant, and in this risen position is here to tempt you into breaking free of the shackles of convention. He may have appeared in your reading because you are feeling restricted and constrained by structures and rules, so he has come forth to help you try to break free. It is time to inject extra excitement into your normal life and relationships. You may want to break with traditional structure, social norms, and rigid rules. But if those around you do not understand this need for freedom, let Dionysus give you the strength to think for yourself and take action for what is right for you, unconfined by how others want you to act. Opening your mind and horizons will help you live by your own rules, while still following your personal values to remain generous and kind to those around you. I think that's where the freedom part goes in, because like I noticed that some of these have like kind of confusing meanings behind them, because with structure and someone being the teacher, like I think there is freedom in knowledge, but I can also understand this rigidity around tradition, but also sometimes tradition can be good. So I think it really does depend on like the other cards that are around in your reading to tell you whether or not like this is, you feeling trapped or whatever. Okay, so now in reverse, Dionysus turned from you indicates you need to put freedom and chaos aside to learn fundamental principles from a trusted source. This is a perfect time to find a mentor or guide to teach you about new beliefs, especially within a structured setting. Perhaps you are in turn the teacher or mentor, honoring your position to share your knowledge. Away from the chaos of Dionysus's court, you are staying within convention. There has been turbulence in your life recently, and staying on a well-known path will allow you to grow without having the distractions of new experiences. This is a period of learning and progression, and if you have been seeking to further your knowledge in something, this may be a good time to do so. Don't rock the boat or commit to risky ventures. Instead, seek to find comfort in the unknown. Well, I feel like it's kind of read it backwards than what I was looking up. Because in the upright, it seems like he is tradition, and there's nothing wrong with that. So, I don't know, confusing. Y'all share with me in the comments what you think. Maybe the Hierophant is one of those cards that has been challenged or changed over the years. That is something I've also noticed about the tarot whenever I've been doing some research into it, is that throughout the years, the tarot and interpretations of the different cards have changed. So it could be just ironically, or maybe not ironically, that old traditions have shifted, right? Like in today's society, questioning authority seems to be more in style, right? Being your authentic self, things like that. So maybe that's why that reading was a little bit different versus like all the other stuff that I was looking up. But again, I think the other cards that will be around it and listening to your inner guide will actually help guide you on that. So, all right, thank you guys for following me today on the Hierophant. And as you know, hit that subscribe button so you can follow me on my Learn Tarot with Me journey. I post every Wednesday night and Sunday morning UK time, and I will see you guys on the next video. Also check the comments. I've got a picture of my desk of my photos so you can watch along with me and also read my notes. Thanks. Bye.